Today's topic is lymphatic filariasis. As you know, lymphatic means related to lymph vessels and lymph nodes. Filariasis comes from the Latin word phylum. Phylum means thread. Okay? So, filariasis refers to the parasites which are thread-like worms, round worms that can cause manifestations in lymphatic system of the man. Okay? What is this? This is the parasite we'll be talking about. This is tortuous dilated lymphatic vessel from which this was found. This was found in the arm of a 22 years old man. During surgery, a live worm was taken out of the lymphatic vessel. Filarial nematodes are vector-borne parasites. They reside in lymphatic system, skin, subcutaneous tissue, and rarely in body cavities. They can cause various types of clinical manifestations in man. So, there are some nematodes that can also reside in eyes and serous cavity, but we will be primarily dealing with lymphatic filariasis. Agents for lymphatic filariasis are Wuchereria bancrofti, Brugia malai, and Brugia timori. These parasites are named after the people who have discovered them, named after Brugge and named after Wucherer and Bancroft. You can see the differences here between these filarial nematodes. Basic difference is what? Vector. Which vector borne which filaria? So you can see here Culex, Aedes, Mansonia, Anopheles, all are involved. And there is something called as microfilarial periodicity, which means presence of microfilaria in the blood. Okay? Where were these parasites doing its job? Lymphatic vessels. But when they are released into the bloodstream, that is known as periodicity. Okay? Filarial nematodes are viviparous. It means they do not lay eggs. In which form they will appear? They will appear into filarial forms and larval forms. Okay? So, adult form can grow up to 10 centimeters in length. They survive for many years in humans. They can cause chronic obstructive and inflammatory conditions such as elephantiasis, scrotal swelling. They are characterized by these two things, okay? Elephantiasis and hydrocele. What is elephantiasis? Swelling in the lower limbs. It can occur in the upper limb also. What is the first stage? First stage is microfilarial stage. And third stage, which is also an infective form to man, is a filariform larva. Filariform means thread-like. These microfilaria can sometimes cause TPE. What is TPE? Tropical pulmonary eosinophilia. This is a hypersensitivity reaction to the lungs, primarily mediated by eosinophils. Why is this happening? Because these microfilaria, they get trapped into the microcirculation of lungs. And then, when eosinophilia is there, they trigger inflammatory response. This inflammatory response may lead to fibrosis in the lungs that will cause what? Manifestations in the lungs, such as asthma, cough. Okay? So, this is one of the other manifestations. We discussed that microfilarial periodicity is the time when most of the microfilaria are found in the peripheral blood. So, it could be daytime or nighttime. It depends upon what? Species. And this depends upon what? When the vector is feeding on the human skin. So, when particular mosquito is biting, you know there is nature to the mosquito bites also. For example, Aedes mosquito bites in the daytime. So this periodicity will occur when? During daytime. Okay, for example, here Culex bites in the night. So you will see that in this species, the periodicity will be seen at the night time, nocturnal periodicity. What are the other factors? There are other factors such as sleeping pattern of the individual, temperature and other climatic conditions also. Climatic conditions for what? In tropical climate, mosquitoes are habitual to the tropical climate. Here you can see the microfilarial periodicity. Which one of these is showing subperiodic? Wuchereria. Wuchereria, which is transmitted through Aedes, is showing subperiodic, which means there is slight increase in the afternoon and slight increase in the night during these times. Non-periodic species are Onchocerca and Manzanella. You can see here Wuchereria is also showing nocturnal periodicity. Which one is showing diurnal? It is Loa loa. Coming to lymphatic filarial nematodes again, but what is the most common causative parasite? Wuchereria bancrofti. Almost 90% of these filariases are caused by Wuchereria bancrofti, and about the rest they are caused by Brugia malai and timori. Okay. About 49 countries worldwide are suffering from this. Again, we discussed this. In India, the ratio for Wuchereria bancrofti is about 99.4%. So, this is the most common species. Then, highly endemic states in India are Uttar Pradesh, Jharkhand, Bihar, West Bengal, which bear the 2/3 of the burden of lymphatic filariasis in India. What is the life cycle? What was the infective form? Infective form was filariform larva, which is L3 form. Okay. Then it will migrate to the local lymph nodes from skin. Then they develop into adult worms. They again go into the lymphatic system, converted to the microfilaria, which are released during periodicity into peripheral blood. So when mosquito is taking its meal, it will get into the mosquito. After mosquito ingests it, this undergoes molting and it is converted to filariform larva. From microfilaria to filariform larva, and this again while feeding is transmitted to the person on skin. Okay. What will they do? They will cause lymphatic dilatation and thickening of vessel walls. They will release antigen and toxic metabolites. They will provide the environment for secondary bacterial and fungal infection, and then because of the host inflammatory response, the disease will progress further. It can be due to both live and dead parasite. Why? When the worms are dead, you will see that there is granulomatous reaction and fibrosis of lymph vessels. So when there is fibrosis of lymph vessels, what will happen? The lymph will start getting accumulated, and this will lead to what? About 8 to 16 months. And then what are the clinical manifestations you can see? First is lymphatic filariasis, second we discussed tropical pulmonary eosinophilia, and then immune complex mediated manifestation. Here we are talking about TPE only. What is this TPE? Which kind of hypersensitivity? It's a mixed kind of reaction, mixed kind of hypersensitivity reaction, type 1, type 3 and type 4, okay, because immune complex is also involved, IgE is also involved, IgG is also involved, okay. What are the 4 stages? First stage is endemic normal. What does it mean by endemic normal? Endemic normal is when these species are seen in particular area and the person residing there is immune to these filarias. Okay. Then there is asymptomatic microfilariemia. There is microfilaria in the blood, but there are no symptoms yet, which then we will see this one by one in detail. See, in endemic normal people residing in the endemic area, prevalence ranges from 0 to 50%, but they are not infected by the parasite. This is due to what? Insufficient exposure or immunological resistance. Then there is asymptomatic microfilaria, which means there are microfilaria in the blood. You can see hematuria or proteinuria. What is this? Presence of protein and RBCs in urine. What does this indicate? It also indicates what? Swelling. And the lymphatics start getting dilated and tortuous. This is something you can see radiologically, filarial dance sign. You can see the motile adult vermin scrotal lymphatics under USG. Then there is acute filariasis. Acute filariasis with high grade fever. Lymphatic inflammation. Local edema had already started in the previous stage, and then dermatolymphangiosis. Manifestations on skin. Coming to chronic filariasis, which is last stage. This picture you might have seen a lot of times. This is what is known as elephantiasis. Then there is scrotal swelling. There could be chyluria. What is chyluria? Chyluria is when fat-filled lymph comes through urine. How does it come through urine? It's because lymphatic vessels are obstructed. There could be a fistula formation at any level of urinary tract. So it could be from kidneys, could be from bladder. Lymph is getting mixed with what? Urine. That is why chyluria. We already discussed TPE. It is also known as what? Occult filariasis. Okay, how do you demonstrate a microfilaria in the blood? Through the help of PBS or QBC. What is QBC? Quantitative Buffy coat. It is when you coat the blood of the patient with acridine dye and observe it under fluorescence microscope. So in the Buffy coat region, you will observe these microfilaria. Okay. What is the difference between Wuchereria bancrofti and Malai? Which one is this? Here you can see the tail tip is blunted and there is no nucleus. So this is Wuchereria bancrofti. And this one is Brugia malai because tail tip is blunted and nucleus are present. This is Brugia species. How else you can do the antigen? How else you can do the detection? With the help of antigen. With the help of monoclonal antibodies against these antigen. Okay. Then you can go for antibody detection through flow-through assay and luciferase assay. What is luciferase? Who knows what is luciferase? Lucifer. Have you seen fireflies? How many of you have seen fireflies? What is a firefly in Bangla? Many people don't know. Huh? Everybody understood what is a firefly? The fly that glows in the dark, right? Why does it glow? It glows because it has luciferase. Luciferase is the catalyst that converts lucifer into oxyluciferine when it reacts with oxygen. It converts into cold energy and that's why the flies glow. They glow in the dark, right? So what the scientists have done, they have taken this luciferase and they have, with the help of these antigen, they are able to detect the antibodies in the blood serum of the patient. So when they react with this assay will show the bioluminescence. Okay. What are the imaging methods you can use? You saw that you can use ultrasonography where you can see serpentine movement of adult vermin lymphatics. And You can always do PCR detection targeting these sequences, and other methods are eosinophilia and IgE. What is this? We saw in the tail end there were these differences. In Wuchereria, the tip was pointed with no nucleus. In Malai, it was blunt with the two nucleus widely spaced in between. Here you can see at the head end, the cephalic space is larger than the cephalic space in Wuchereria. Okay. What is the drug treatment? DEC. This is the drug of choice. This can also be used to induce periodicity. Okay, after giving this drug, you can, within 1 hour, you can take the blood sample and check for microfilaria in the patient's blood. What are the other treatment options? Albendazole and ivermectin. Why are we giving doxycycline? Why are we giving doxycycline? Why are we giving antibiotic? Will antibiotic work? We are giving antibiotic because there is a bacteria named as Wolbachia. Wolbachia is endosynergistic with this filariasis, this filarial nematode. It resides inside this filaria and helps for its growth and reproduction. So when this filaria dies, Wolbachia is still there, and Wolbachia can cause another inflammation in the body. So to kill Wolbachia, which is a bacteria, we are giving this doxycycline, which is an antibiotic. Understood? Other than that, if you suspect a streptococcal infection, you can give penicillin. How do we prevent this disease? First one is vector. Because it's a vector-borne disease, what will you do? Vector control. Then there is NVBDCP. We discussed this NVBDCP in Kala-Azar also. This is active since 1955. 1955 is a long time ago. Okay. Then it was integrated with NVBDCP in 2006, and there is something called as Hathi Pav Mukt Bharat, which was launched as a big campaign in 2015, which aims at assisting the filarial elimination from India. What is elimination? Works in action with the global WHO program to eliminate lymphatic filariasis by the year 2020. What is MDA? Under this, there is something called as MDA strategy. MDA means mass drug administration. So, once in a year to all people at risk in endemic areas for the period of 5 years, we provide antifilarial drugs. Once in a year to all the people in endemic areas for 5 years. What is the regimen? We'll give them single dose of DEC, 6 mg per kg, and 1 tablet of albendazole 400 milligrams. Okay. Then there is something called as triple drug regimen also, in which we have added ivermectin. It is implemented in selected districts in India. Which districts in India? We just discussed, no? How do you assess this thing? After MDA is done, you will take PBS 1 month prior to MDA. Before giving the drug, you are taking blood samples and you are checking for microfilaria, and post MDA period, you will see for transmission. You will check it by antigen antibody detection. About 21 countries have already eliminated globally, and in India, there are 5 states. For this you should clap. In India, there are 5 states: Assam, Tamil Nadu, Goa, Pondicherry, Daman and Diu. They have stopped MDA after achieving elimination status. Anybody from these states? Coming to Bruggian filariasis, clinical features are almost same as Wuchererian filariasis, except that here you will not see genital involvement, here you will not see chyluria, and elephantiasis swelling is limited to leg below the knee. These are the major differences between Wuchererian and Bruggian filariasis. Here you cannot go for antigen detection, only antibody detection and PBS is done. Again, DC. For prevention, have you seen this plant? This is known as Pistia plant, which is known to harbor mosquitoes. So removal of these Pistia plants has been done as prevention of filariasis. There is something called as Brugia timori. It is limited to Timor Island. It is named after Timor Island of Indonesia, transmitted by Anopheles mosquito, and it is a bit longer than Brugia malai, and it has more nuclei at the tail region. In Brugia malai, it was 2 nuclei interspaced. Rest other features, laboratory diagnosis and everything is similar to Brugia malai.